Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about grease fires.
Or ping pong balls.
Or ceasefires. So that ceasefire lasted, all about 2 hours?
Yeah, I think that was about the record.
Some speculation that Trump never had a ceasefire agreement between the two sides. They might have talked about it, but I want to take you back again to Mike Pence during the 2020 counting of the electoral ballots, and Trump was pressuring Pence to not count the ballots, basically send them back to the states. And Pence says, I can't do that. I don't have a path to do that. So Trump then tweeted out, Mike Pence is on board and agrees that these ballots should be sent back to the states. Something to that effect. Kind of like trying to say, like, well, I already threw it out there. It's out there. Now you got to do it. That type of thing. Yep. Don't disappoint me. I'll be upset and I'll stamp my feet and I'll be really, really mad at you. And, well, I think it's the same thing with that ceasefire. And what happened when both Israel and Iran violated the ceasefire that Trump just said he had put in place? He got angry. He dropped some F-bombs and he stamped his feet and went aboard Marine One.
He'd probably do some golfing, right?
And I think he had a meeting with the UN, or with NATO, right. So I think he had to get to an airport.
Yeah. I heard he was going to The Hague.
Yeah, I wish he was going to The Hague. have a nice accommodations for him, his own wing.
No. Take off your shoes, stay a while.
Now, I did look up the news. It doesn't appear that Iran and Israel have continued to pummel each other with airstrikes and missiles. So, knock on wood, maybe there is a cessation of hostilities, but this is not getting Trump any closer to that Nobel Peace Prize he so covets.
Oh my gosh.
Obama got one. And he's like, he's one of those. I was going to give you a Monty Python reference, but I don't even want to go with the.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
I have a hunch I know where you're going with that.
Yes, you know exactly who does.
That's right.
See, that's it. I can tell Gary who does, and he knows exactly the bad word I didn't want to say.
They didn't use a bad word, but it was definitely bad context.
Oh yeah, in context it was horrible, especially in the episode, and I don't want to say it.
So, anyways, so apparently Trump had a concept of a ceasefire.
Oh, jeez.
I was telling Dave before we came on, it's kind of like when you're a little kid and you're in the backseat of the car and you're yammering on and on and on about kid stuff. And, mom's driving the car. She's got the station wagon. We're in the backseat facing the wrong way, going a mile a minute. And she's driving going, yeah, And by the end of the drive, in your childlike mind, you think mom has just agreed to take you to Toys R Us and buy you...
And then Disneyland.
And then 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee. Because that's what you were trying to communicate this entire drive from, point A to point B. My mom, on the other hand, was busy listening to the radio, looking for traffic, and just sort of acknowledging that, there's a kid in the back yammering on and on and on. I think that's what happened with Trump's concept of a ceasefire. Israel. Yes. Iran and Israel are like, the adults are talking here. The adults are having a conversation. And we don't need the child in the back yammering on and on and on.
Iran's talking in Farsi. Israel is talking in Yiddish. And Trump's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I only speak one language. And my vocabulary's very limited these days. All I can say is strong or weak, big or small, little, like little Ted Cruz.
So they pretty much ignored him. And let's face it, the reason why Trump's pissed off is because that gives his Nobel Peace pursuit a big step backwards. In fact,
glug.
Pakistan even pulled their nomination for his for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, they had a condition: just don't bomb Iraq, and we'll nominate you for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well,
That
hopefully
didn't work out.
Iran or Iraq, because I thought I heard you say
Oh,
Iraq.
I'm sorry. Did I say Iraq? Iran.
Yeah, yeah.
Still bomb Iran.
Don't bomb Iran. That's all it takes. Yeah, couldn't even hit that low hurdle.
I'll take the carrot anyways.
Yeah. Well, Dave, I didn't read it, but you were telling me that he was airing his grievances that he probably would never get a peace prize, but his base knows about it, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, he was lamenting how he didn't get a peace prize for Serbia and Kosovo. And I looked it up. It's like, that peace happened in 1999. Why the hell is he talking about that? Turns out that in, I think it was 2020, somebody in Switzerland or something like that nominated the United States, Kosovo, and Serbia for a joint Nobel Peace Prize for the peace that happened at the turn of the century. It's like, they're nominating the countries I guess Trump would have to accept for the U.S. So in his mind, he was denied his Nobel Peace Prize because that didn't go through, and he would have gotten it.
Oh,
and I guess in Africa, the Congo and some rebels were having a peace, and I get a peace agreement, and they're supposed to come to the White House next week to sign it. And he feels like he deserves a peace prize for that. And, then he mentioned something about Russia and Ukraine and Iran and Israel. It's like, you didn't solve anything with Russia and Ukraine. You didn't solve anything with Iran and Israel. Some guys want to sign a tentative agreement in the White House next week, and somehow you think you've accomplished peace in the Middle East and kumbaya on earth and something. Dude's delusional.
Well, we should probably do a reading on that.
I'll let you start.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at how's Trump's chances for that peace prize looking right now, for entertainment purposes only.
I'm entertained.
Okay.
My money's still on Pakistan.
Pakistan said very nice things. Okay, so foundation of the reading is the moon. Well, we're all
like I said, dude's bat crazy.
Yeah, we're all a little confused about the logic here. The energy around his peace prize, how's that looking? Well, there's a lot of confused people on why he might want a peace, why he might be deserving of a peace prize. The challenge, the Knight of Swords. Well, you're really good about jumping into battles and fighting people, and it's like at Monty Python, they were having little shorts, and they had Eric Idle was doing like a John Lennon type impression. It's like, I'm going to start a war for peace. That's the starting a war for peace. Underneath it, you've got the Page of Cups, kind of the whole crazy notion of, if you start a war for peace, you should get a peace prize. It's just, I think the energy right now is kind of like, we're really confused. Your logic, you're just all over the place, and it's really tough to follow the crazy that you've got going on. In the past, you've got the Emperor. It's interesting because the Emperor is supposed to be like this dispassionate leader. What we have is hardly that. So we probably just reverse it. You're not a dispassionate. You're just an overly emotional, easily riled person. This is the type of person that can get a peace prize. You're not the person. Current energy is strength. Trump, I think his tactic is to show everyone how strong he is in the United States, and basically, will basically force them into peace. Otherwise, we're just going to bomb the crap out of them.
There's certainly a vibe of, I'm going to intimidate you into peace.
Exactly. Well stated. Overarching energy, the Two of Wands. Well, got to look to the future. There's actions to be taken. You could take high vibrations or low vibrations. What do you want to do in the going forward here?
Looking for the next opportunity to bully people around.
Yeah. The lesson to be learned is the Eight of Cups. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. If you want a peace prize, you really have to be neutral and diplomatic and basically a very calm, dispassionate person. That's not what our reversed emperor is. He's anything but. Outcome. It's an interesting outcome. Knight of Cups. Maybe they come back with something like a participation certificate.
Yeah, he needs a participation medal.
Yeah,
you tried.
Come back when you can calm down, type of a thing.
Just make it gold colored. That would be very important.
Yeah, it's like they'll do something to appease him, but it'll be just such it's kind of like Pakistan's nomination. You look at it, you just want to vomit. It's that emoji with the green vomit coming out. It's just like, oh God.
It could be something saccharidly sweet.
Yeah, and what's really funny is every single time I've done a reading on this, I don't know how your most recent readings have gone, it seems like they're going to throw him a bone. When we did the reading with Pakistan, it was kind of like at the end, it was like, they might throw him a little bone here. It's so interesting how we get the very consistent outcomes on this.
It offends one's sensibilities.
Yes.
Because it's like you're giving an award or a prize for somebody who's done nothing to earn it, does not deserve it, is the antithesis of what the prize means. But if you give it to him, then maybe he won't blow up the world. And I remember Cash Peters about a month, 6 weeks ago or so said, just give him his peace prize. Maybe then he'll go away and we won't have to worry about it anymore. It's kind of like that. It's worth a try.
Yeah, but he might be onto something with that.
No, but nothing ever works like that. The minute he gets the prize, it gets put up on a wall and he'll walk by and admire it, but it's on to the next thing because he's empty inside. And he wants things to fill that void, and nothing can fill that void.
Yeah, you'd also have to do it after he's actually done something properly. Yeah. So, because you don't want him just dropping bunker busters on every single country that he wants to bend to his will, and then give him a peace prize.
I'd like to give him the prize for the furthest distance fallen by any human being. I think strap him up and take him up into space, strap him to a bunker buster.
But him and Elon, give him an award for farthest humans from the planet Earth.
Yes, exactly. Send him and Elon to Mars.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
You could be Emperor and Mrs. At Mars.
Yes.
You can invent your own prizes.
Totally wild. What would be the energy if Trump actually was given some type of honorary award, some honorary peace prize, a peace prize participation trophy award?
The Knight of Cups Peace Prize Award.
It's funny you should say that. That was the foundation of my reading when I did mine, was the Knight of Cups. I'm just curious, if you actually gave it to him, how would he act? How would he react? How would he feel? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the mercenary is moving forward with values. Here's the presentation of the Peace Prize.
You know what, to me, that card is? That's like just what you said earlier, where he puts it on the wall and he stops and looks at it.
Yeah. I got my here's your shiny new bauble. And it would be crossed with kind of that feeling like, you didn't deserve this. That's here it is. I think maybe underneath it, he feels like he didn't deserve it. But actually, you know what? I think he would feel like I deserve this and more. I did so much more than to get this because this is a card of harsh truths
Yes.
and such.
There it is.
But it would be offered to him as here's a peace prize. Here you go. You made peace. And I do think that this is everybody understanding, but you don't deserve it. Maybe he thinks he deserves more. In the past, then he would feel celebrated. He worked so hard. I would like to thank the Academy and everybody. Here's the charity of giving it to him. The lesson to be learned is it'll make him feel strong and powerful. Here's the outcome. Here's the winner. Queen of Cups. Well, he'll either cry. It would just be like, oh, okay. You know, he would be proud of it. Then he would die. So the death card. It would be, it would end his quest for a Nobel Peace Prize, but then he would move on to the next thing that he doesn't deserve.
Yeah, the next level of crazy.
The next whatever next thing comes around, he would then want that because this is there's never enough to fill the void. The void, this black hole that keeps spinning inside of him.
The emptiness inside there, right?
I should have stopped with this card. Give him the Peace Prize and then the death card. Okay. Wonder if they'll give him one posthumously.
Oh my gosh. I think there would just be too much social well, that's not true. There'd be many people that would be completely outraged. I think it would just basically delegitimize the award.
Can you imagine if you had a Peace Prize before or won one after, if they gave him one, or even the same year? It would be like, this means nothing.
Yeah.
This means nothing.
But he'd be so happy.
Had to throw a party.
Exactly.
It would just be something. You know what it would be? It's like his golf trophies for tournaments that he was the only player, tournaments that he never participated in but declared himself the winner. It's just something to put on the wall to brag to people about all these trophies, all these tournaments that you won and stuff like that. Look how great I am.
Yep. Yeah, he can't not win.
Yeah.
Losing is just simply not an option for him.
His family failed him. His parents especially, they just failed this guy throughout his entire life, and this is what you get. 79 years old and has never been told no, has never had to suffer defeat. He suffered defeat one time with Biden, and he lost his frickin' mind and started an insurrection because he couldn't mentally handle.
Well, and now he wants to investigate it, which I really hope they do.
I do too. Come on, let's go to Discovery. I want to go to Discovery. Let's go count the votes. Hand count them all. We already saw what happened. Didn't happen in Arizona with your cyber ninjas. Mm-hmm. What you ended up finding were more votes for Biden.
Yep. It just grew the gap more.
Yeah. And then with the Rockland County case in New York, there are several districts where Kamala got one vote or no votes. Yeah, let's do a hand count on those. I'm curious.
Indeed.
Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. We'll wake you up at midnight Pacific time. We will be asleep, but you'll be awake watching it. Oh, and check your subscription status because YouTube likes to clean house every once in a while. And we had 4 new subscribers yesterday.
We should put up compelling videos.
No, the video yesterday wasn't that bad, but it was definitely worth more than 4. So I have a hunch that maybe a couple of you out there are no longer subscribed and you didn't, and you thought you were. So take a quick look just in case. And unlike those bargain basement Twin Tarot channels that give out
All
peace
of them, the
prizes
thousands, among the thousands of copycats that have jumped up.
that are always offering peace prizes to whoever asks for it. We don't
Exactly.
offer peace prizes. We give shout outs to whoever asks for it. Or whoever pays us the most money.
That's certainly completely and utterly different.
Yes, exactly. So I'd like to give a shout out to Amy Sanders, also known as Jeeper Skip, who made a very kind contribution to the channel.
Two of coins. Keep it coming. Keep the money rolling.
Yeah, that was all I had on my list. Let me see who's recent in the comments. Oh, I do want to give one other shout out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to Cindy Loomis,
Sydney
up in Canada,
Loomis.
who is
Strong, coming on strong.
Yeah, she was giving me a lesson on the difficulties of having one's hair cut when you have multi-ethnicities in your hair.
Yes.
And I learned something on that. And then a final one to Diane Anderson. I hope your sailboat's doing okay, Diane. Yes.
It's a Knight of Coins. It's a boat, It's a hole in the ground you pour money into. And your two happiest days are the day you buy your boat and the day you sell your boat.
Yeah, I hope I didn't confuse Diane with. I know. I'm pretty sure it's Diane that's got the boat down in Mexico, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. And then a card for the rest of us. Oh dear, the tower card. Maybe Diane doesn't. Maybe I just made a complete hack of that one.
No wonder if we lose subscribers. You give them that card. Sudden change. You got to tear it down to build up something new.
Oh God.
Joy. All right, folks.
Night, folks.
Take care.
Bye.